The world has changed and so has the way that we do business. GS1 has recognised the changes taking place globally and developed 2D barcodes to support this change.
Existing barcodes have driven growth and efficiencies for over 50 years. 2D barcodes are the new dimension, offering a more enriched experience for consumers, retailers and suppliers. In Australia today, one retailer is scanning more than 5 million 2D barcodes at point of sale each week. A single symbol, like a QR code, contains multiple data elements including product master data, supply chain data and consumer-based information including batch number, lot number, serial number, best before date, use by date, pack date, weight and much more. Stopping the sale of out-of-date and recalled products at the checkout. Reducing penalties for selling expired products. Lowering food waste through automatic markdowns and recalling products by batch or lot code. And consumer access to enhanced product information through their smartphone, including provenance, allergens, quality, sustainability, circular economy and recalls.
As a key player in the industry, the time is now for you to take advantage and realise the benefits of 2D barcodes. As a trusted partner of industry for over 40 years, GS1 Australia is here to support you through that journey.
The Australian table grape industry is Australia's largest fresh fruit exporter. At its peak, it has exported over $623 million out of a value of $880 million of total national production. International governments are putting more and more regulations on enhanced food traceability and safety procedures. So it's important for the Australian industry to embrace new food traceabilities, particularly in table grapes. The ATGA has partnered with Agriculture Victoria to run a pilot program in traceability, partnering with a large fresh fruit exporter and a traceability business organisation. In this traceability project, we will be using GS1 standards, which is important for harmonising the traceability all the way through the supply chains to ensure trustworthiness at the end for our consumers.
GS1 standards enable companies and organizations to identify, capture, and share information as they move through the supply chain. It enables companies to do this in a globally harmonized way. GS1 standards enable organizations to use one common language to be able to track and trace products across their supply chains. There are a number of different GS1 standards that are used in this pilot. The two primary standards are the GLN, or the Global Location Number, which is used to identify physical locations. The second one is the GTIN, or the Global Trade Item Number, and this is a unique identifier for products in our supply chains.
We have 3 farms in the Sunraysia region of New South Wales and Victoria, and 1 up in Emerald in Queensland. We export over 6 million kilos of fruit per season to over 15 countries, predominantly through the Asia-Pacific region. Traceability is important to our business because it allows us to manage our product past the loading experience throughout the supply chain and gives our customers the ability to become closer to the source. Tracking features such as temperature and storage time allows us to manage the process and gives our customers the confidence that they're buying the clean, premium Australian product that they've come to enjoy.
The QR code is based on GS1 Digital Link symbology, and it's applied to every product, unit and case level. The code itself is massively important because all of the data that is sitting behind it is from the grower's existing systems. Data is taken from the existing systems within the grower's network, and it's associated within the Everything Product Cloud. Through the scan, customers can access detailed information about the grower, about the farm, its location, the harvest, and also about the variety of the grapes. So this puts the power of validation in those that matter most. the consumer, of course, but also the supply chain partners, the importers, the retailers, everybody involved in the supply chain.
We are proud that Australia has one of the best systems for managing quality control in the transport process. We transport more than 7 million tonnes of fruit and vegetables, worth over $3 billion from over 5,000 farms in Victoria, to ports, markets and retailers. The association is able to move freight across road, rail, sea and air. Traceability is important to us because it helps us feel confident in the product that we are transporting for our supply chain partners and ultimately delivering to customers. Traceability helps us ensure that the food we deliver is kept in peak quality, is fresh, safe and of course tasty.
We've grown over the years to a point where now the largest importer of fruit and produce into New Zealand. As a business, we partner with around 700 growers, both internationally and domestically. In the New Zealand market, we deal with the full range of customers, from supermarkets to independents to wholesalers to food service people. Anyone that deals with fruit and produce, we deal with. In addition to the regulations that we have in New Zealand, which is becoming greater and greater, our customers are becoming far more aware of where product comes from, where it's grown and how it's grown. As we know, with 700 suppliers, from time to time things will go wrong that are out of the supplier's control. Traceability comes into its own in those situations where we can go back, we can follow the event from the moment that product is grown to transported to arrival. We have clear indicators of how that product has travelled and where it's come from.
We have a network of 330 supermarkets across New Zealand's North Island and 24,000 team members. Every week, 2.7 million customers walk through the doors of our physical stores or click into our online shopping experiences. Our customers buy over 3 million kilos of grapes every year. Customers enjoy new shopping experiences, and through QR code label scanning, they can interact with the growers that produce their food and give feedback about their preferences. Our customers want safe, fresh, premium quality food, and good traceability gives them confidence about the food's origin.
The use of GS1 standards in this pilot enable organizations to confirm provenance, ensure product safety, have greater levels of market access and sustainability, as well as end-to-end traceability.
When each link in the supply chain embraces its role through the product cycle, it will ensure that there is trustworthiness between all the businesses right through to the consumer.
I'm Nathan Hancock, the CEO of Citrus Australia, the peak industry body for citrus growers across the country. The Australian citrus industry is valued at over $900 million annually at the farm gate. We export around $500 million worth of citrus at our peak, and that's around 304,000 tonnes. Citrus Australia has brought together Agriculture Victoria and Mildura Fruit Company to work on this traceability project. The idea is to try and get real-world knowledge of traceability programs and how they can be incorporated into farming from the field right through to packing and to the export market. Australian citrus competes with other Southern Hemisphere producers, particularly South Africa, but also Peru, Uruguay, Chile, and so we have a pretty competitive marketplace. International governments are increasingly concerned about issues relating to food safety, so they're implementing regulations that importing countries or exporting countries like Australia need to adhere to. GS1 standards and GS1 codes provide us a common language internationally, and we think it's really important that we have an international standard and adhere to it.
Hi, my name is Perry Hill, General Manager at Mildura Fruit Company. Mildura Fruit Company sources fruit from about 120 growers in southeastern Australia, and we export to approximately 30 countries around the world. As we know, governments are looking for more traceability, and businesses such as Mildura Fruit Company are looking for traceability of their products. GS1 is internationally recognised and allows traceability, so GS1 is really an important standard for us to use. In relation to the project we're currently implementing, we're working really strongly with business in Vietnam, so that customers, if they scan the code, they can link into the Mildura Fruit Company website know a bit more about the product. We'll intend to sort of do this year on year as we engage with our customers more and more.
My name is Paul Ryan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Trust Codes. The Trust Codes product cloud allows us to apply a unique GS1 digital link QR code, which is unique for every item. And that allows us to apply anti-counterfeiting technology and use GS1 digital link QR codes so that consumers and supply chain participants can engage with the item. And that allows us to track that item and trace that item right through the supply chain to the hands of the consumer. And this allows an unparalleled level of connection with the consumer wherever that consumer is in the world. Food fraud is a serious global issue. We're seeing Australian producers want to protect their brands, to preserve the very things that are important about growing some of the world's best food. And Trust Codes is a pioneer in anti-counterfeiting and brand protection technology. So we protect our QR codes, we make sure they can't be copied, we look for copy content online. We built a game as part of this project because it makes it very hard for counterfeiters to copy the content as well. In terms of GS1 standards, most people won't know much about GS1, but you've probably interacted with GS1 barcode today because it's your retail barcode. So what we're going to see is a shift from the traditional one-dimensional barcode that you see at current retail checkout to the QR code we're using. So using GS1 is a coherent, common business language that really helps provide end-to-end traceability. They're achieving interoperable, coherent traceability to respond to those regulatory expectations that are coming to light globally.
Hi, my name is Luke Watson. I'm the Export Manager at Seaway Intermodal in Moorabbin. Seaway Intermodal is a end-to-end logistics provider. We offer air, rail, road and sea transport to our customers. We have over 1,000 customers in various sectors. A large percentage of our customers are in the agricultural sector, include farms, packhouses, manufacturers and exporters. We specialise in perishable goods, mainly citrus and table grapes. We export to over 40 countries. Traceability helps us with our quality assurance, customs and biosecurity services. While we work with reputable producers, traceability gives us the ability to track issues as they arise and to act fast for the benefit of our customers. Traceability will become an ever-increasing fundamental of export as new foods and varieties come into production and also new countries open up to international trade.
Xin chào, tôi tên là Nguyễn Thị Mỹ Linh, đang là nhà nhập khẩu công ty Tú Phượng Tony. Chúng tôi nhập khẩu, đóng gói, lưu trữ và phân phối hàng hóa trên khắp lãnh thổ Việt Nam. Chúng tôi hợp tác với nhiều thương hiệu uy tín từ hơn 10 quốc gia, trong đó có thể kể đến cam và quýt MFC đến từ Úc và còn nhiều quốc gia khác nữa. Là một doanh nghiệp đặt chất lượng sản phẩm lên hàng đầu, chúng tôi rất là quan tâm đến vấn đề này. Mặt hàng kinh doanh của chúng tôi là trái cây tươi, thực phẩm tiêu thụ hàng ngày của người tiêu dùng, cho nên là cần phải đảm bảo an toàn cho người tiêu dùng. Đội ngũ nhân viên của chúng tôi sẽ hướng dẫn khách hàng tiến hành quét mã QR. Việc quét mã QR giúp khách hàng tin tưởng hơn và đưa ra những cái đáp án mà khách hàng cần.
Tôi tên là Phùng Tài, hiện tại đang là quản lý chuỗi siêu thị trái cây Tony Food. Chúng tôi có hệ thống kho lạnh và kênh phân phối trải dài từ Nam ra Bắc. Tony Food luôn khuyến khích và hướng dẫn khách hàng tra cứu thông tin trên sản phẩm, từ đó tạo nên sự tin tưởng của khách hàng dành cho doanh nghiệp của chúng tôi.
Traceability gives us that opportunity to really define down from a region or a port where the product may have been sent from to a farm or to a packing shed that has been involved in the supply chain. We need ultimately to be able to respond to foodborne illness and food fraud issues in a timely manner. And we think if we can learn through applying it to this business, it gives us good learnings for working with smaller businesses throughout Victoria and Australia in the future.
Hi, I'm Dougal Saunders, Minister for Agriculture, and I really want to commend the people who are releasing a report today on behalf of Department of New South Wales and all of the stakeholders who have been involved as we look at food safety and also biosecurity as being #1 focuses at the moment. So what we've been doing recently is working with a number of stakeholders to look at traceability for our fruits and vegetables to make sure that we can actually see them from paddock to plate, and literally that involves movement and transport of all of our products. So thanks to a local cherry grower and a potato grower, we've now come up with a really good pilot solution around that traceability using QR codes. That will form part of hopefully what we can regard and use as our safety net for the future. So we can see as a product leaves a farm, the journey it takes to arrive at the supermarket and then in your fridge as well. It's a really exciting thing. It's the first step in this process and looking forward to many other opportunities in the future.
The cherry and potato traceability pilot project investigated the benefits of having real-time information on plant produce tracing from paddock to plate for growers, retailers and consumers. To achieve this, the Department of Primary Industries collaborated with Woolworths, Food Agility CRC, Cherry Growers Australia, Fresh Chain Systems, GS1 Australia and the potato and cherry industries.
Most exciting part is to see the evolution of what new technology can do, how easy it is to make digital traceability really part of the farming process, and it provides security for the farms in the event of a biosecurity threat by making that data more easily accessible and quickly identified.
The pilot used GS1 data standards to identify properties and the subsequent flow of data electronically through the supply chain. A QR code with GS1 Digital Link URI containing these data standards was applied to the cherry punnets and potato bags. This QR code also allowed information to be sent to the consumer and then feedback to be received for the grower. This technology provided crucial insight into the horticultural supply chain by showing how properties can be identified and products can be tracked and traced in under 60 seconds.
The Fresh Chain Track and Trace platform was put to the test against various recall and biosecurity threat scenarios. This included on farm, in transit, in stores, and right through to consumers who may have purchased affected product. We wanted to assess the timeliness and accuracy of identifying, capturing and sharing of critical supply chain data with partners to stop the movement of affected goods and properties under threat. The result of the scenarios? Data identified, captured and shared in under 60 seconds. These outcomes provide the government the ability to deliver fast and accurate deployment of resources in the event of a biosecurity threat and also provide consumers assurance they can buy again with confidence. This project highlights the importance of digital traceability, underpinned by global standards, to protect our growers, supply chain partners, consumers and brand Australia here and around the world.
Both of our industries that we've used, potatoes and cherries, have been really excited to take this technology up, and we're really excited to present them back with something that's tangible for their business.
Better still, this project proved that it has incredible potential to be rolled out across other sectors to improve outcomes for industry and consumers.